So by the title you already know what happens in this video, but I tried the IU diet. I wanted to try this diet. On every video I watched, at the end of the video they tell me not to try this diet, and I wanted to try it even though everyone said don't do this diet, and I'm gonna be one of those people that are going to tell you not to try this diet because I actually had a very bad experience. If you don't know what the IU diet is, if you don't know who IU is, she is a K-pop idol, artist, singer. I'll put it on the screen. Sorry for that, but I'll put it on the screen so you know what she looks like. On the website I followed, well, there's not really something to follow, but anyways, it said that she does this diet when she has a comeback. Did it say when she has a photo shoot or anything? But in videos I watch on YouTube, people say that she does this before she has a comeback. If you don't know what a comeback is when a K-pop group or idol, artist, singer brings out a new album basically, or at least a new song, and a comeback can be more than once a year. The diet consists of 1 apple for breakfast, a sweet potato for lunch, and then a protein shake for dinner. It's very restricting. Let's just start with the actual video, and at the end of the video I will tell you my entire experience with this diet. Good morning everyone. Sorry if my voice sounds a bit odd. I'm gonna eat my apple now. Lunchtime. It's 1:05. I'm gonna have my sweet potato. They're really small, so I don't know if I should eat 1 or 2. Let me just show. See, they're really small, smaller than in my hands. So I'm gonna have dinner now. As you can hear by my voice, it sounds like this morning I took a nap, and I never, ever take naps. And this is not a good sign because this is the first day. It's not bad. It's just It's not bad. It's just I can taste whatever vitamins taste like. I can taste the vitamins. So I'm gonna drink my protein shake and I'll see you tomorrow. So as you saw, I only did one day, which I'm not very happy about. I wanted to do it for 7 days. I wanted to do it for a week. And then throughout the day, it kind of went downhill. I thought that, okay, I'll do 5 days, because 5 days still seemed like an appropriate amount of days to do this diet. And then by the evening, it ended up being 3 days. And then the incident happened. And then I was like, okay, I'm only doing this for 1 day. Getting all personal in my 4th video, but I kinda, sort of, somewhat kinda threw up. I know. I haven't thrown up probably in 5-6 years. So throwing up was an entire new experience as well with this diet. It was terrible. It was terrible. I hate throwing up. So when that happened, I just felt like this is my body telling me, this is God telling me, Lushka, you shouldn't do this diet. I never introduced myself. I'm Lushka, by the way. Now you know. Now everyone knows. Okay. So, yes. I also was quite hesitant on uploading this video because I knew someone, I mean, even if I did 7 days, someone would still have a problem with it. But I know someone will have a problem with me just doing it for 1 day. Let me actually talk a bit about how the day went, because I didn't really talk about it in the video. The morning I woke up, I wasn't that hungry. Normally in the morning I'm not very hungry, so an apple for breakfast was okay, because I remember when I was in school, sometimes I would just take an apple or eat a banana or just not have a very big breakfast because I don't always have a big appetite in the morning. So after breakfast I was okay, probably for an hour. And I don't know why, but I got up very early that morning. I think I got up at 8. I don't know, very early, much earlier than I had to be up. So I didn't have to be that awake. I didn't have to be awake at that time. But I remember it was like 8:30 or 9. So maybe I woke up earlier than 8. But anyways, I remember looking at the time and I was like, it's only 9. And I'm already like so hungry. My stomach started growling, as everyone does when they get hungry. But it didn't last long. The hunger didn't last long. It probably was like, every time I got hungry, it probably was for about 5 minutes and then it would go away. But nausea kinda stayed, and I knew going into this diet I will most probably have a headache. I'll most probably feel nauseous and I won't have the energy I normally have. Throughout the day, the entire day, I felt nauseous. So I was just like, okay, it's a diet, it's me, it's my body just getting used to this. Because I've been on diets where it's quite restricting, not as restricting as this one, but where you have to cut out a lot of stuff. And these symptoms would normally happen in probably for about 3 days, but never for the entire day I would have a headache, or for the entire day I would feel nauseous or anything like that. So that kind of stood out to me, but I was just like, it's just me being on this diet. So lunch came, the sweet potato was okay, it was fine, it was edible. Probably won't eat it like that all the time, but if it was the only food I could eat, it was pretty good. For probably, again, an hour, I was okay, and then the hunger would come again, and it would be intense, and then go away again. But the nausea did not, and I hate feeling nauseous, as I've mentioned. As the time went on, I didn't have a lot of energy. I got really tired, and as I mentioned again in the video, I never, ever sleep in the afternoon. I never take naps. I don't ever feel like I need one. It happens very rarely that I feel like I need to lay down. I think I lay down for most of the day that day, and that normally doesn't happen. I took a nap and I was awake in between these hours, but I think altogether I lay down for 2 hours and probably slept for an hour and a half and probably woke up at least enough times to be awake for half an hour. And I tried to stay awake because I didn't feel tired. I just had no energy. I didn't have any energy to sit up. The evening came and I got my protein shake ready, and I wasn't excited about the protein shake because I don't like protein shakes in general. Drank my protein shake, didn't enjoy it, and that definitely sparked the nausea, because after that I felt terrible. And I don't want to give this brand a bad name because I use this brand every single day, but I don't use their protein shakes. And so when I drank it that evening, it just kind of got worse, and it was already bad, but it got worse. I was debating with myself, or debating with myself, to do it 3 days, to just give up now. I don't want to say give up because that feels like I'm a quitter, and I'm not a quitter, but I definitely debated with myself whether I should continue with this diet or not. The debate kind of stopped. I probably debated for half an hour with myself, lying there. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it, but only for 3 days. No one's gonna care that it's only 3 days. I've seen people do it for 3 days. I got up, kind of felt dizzy. I've never fainted before, so I don't know what that feels like. But I got up and I kind of felt dizzy, so I had to stand a bit. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna eat a cracker. No one will be mad at me if I eat a cracker. As I went in, my Oma was watching TV, and I was just like, I can't do this diet. And she's like, you know, it's probably good. You probably shouldn't do this diet. And I was like, yeah, okay. At least she's agreeing with me. So I went to the kitchen just to eat a cracker, and I kind of took a bite out of it, and it was very much too late. The door was barely closed, and you know what happens after that. When that happened, I was just like, this is the biggest red flag I've seen all day. I need to stop. It's been a couple of weeks. It's probably been about 4 weeks. I don't know when I'm gonna upload this video because I'm not at home at the moment. The bright side is that I did lose weight. I weighed myself that day. The next morning, I was still being like, I'm probably not gonna upload this video, but I want to see for myself if I did lose anything, if it was worth the day of horror. I weighed myself and I was like, I only lost 300 grams for that day. Took so much out of me and I only lost 300. I got off and I was like, wait. I got up again and I realized I lost 1.3 kilograms. And that made it worth it. That made it worth the throw up. So I did lose 1.3 kilograms in a day, and I know it's not healthy at all to lose that much so quickly. At least constantly losing that much weight every single day probably wouldn't have been a good thing. Maybe that's the only weight I would have lost throughout that week. The 1.3 kilograms probably was just water weight, but I haven't gained that weight back. I'm sorry if I'm a bit awkward. I normally don't talk to my phone, at least alone, or film myself talking. I really hope that this video entertained you for a bit. I won't recommend this diet at all. Just